All right, now to the effort to stop the rise in gun violence that we are seeing all across the country tonight. Last night, that violence found its way into a crowded, upscale area of the nation's capital. Gunfire sent people who were having dinner scrambling. Attorney General Merrick Garland vowing that the Justice Department will cut down on gun trafficking to stop the shootings that have soared in cities like Chicago, New York, Washington, LA, and also San Francisco. NewsNation's Joe Khalil is live in Washington, D.C. tonight with the very latest on a national crime wave. Joe?
Yeah, Marnie, in this section here, this 14th Street corridor here in Washington, D.C., as you can see, very lively. The shooting here, just the latest example of gun violence here in the nation's capital. It's certainly not unique to Washington, D.C. We're seeing these problems in cities all across the country. And today, the Attorney General saying that it is time on a nationwide level for the federal government to step in. Known for its trendy restaurants and lively social scene, last night this 14th Street corridor, just a mile from the White House, saw people scramble for cover as gunshots rang out. Just the latest example of gun violence in the nation's capital, less than a week after a Nationals baseball game cut short after a shooting outside the stadium. Even D.C.'s police chief now sounding off.
And the one thing that I know about this city is if you don't hold people accountable for the things that they do, people will continue to engage in bad behavior. We're not holding people accountable.
Washington follows an unfortunate national trend, which the Justice Department is now trying to address head on. Major cities across the country have seen a significant rise in gun violence and murder rates, from Los Angeles to New York.
Squad, we have 2 people shot right now.
Chicago, now the murder capital of the nation, has seen more than 800 in the last 12 months.
Not here from Washington to tell you what to do. I'm here from Washington to find out what we can do to help.
Attorney General Merrick Garland announcing the launch of 5 strike forces in major cities, partnering the federal government with local law enforcement to curb the flow of illegal guns.
We all know that our job is to go after those who pull the trigger, but our job is also, of course, to go after the sources of those guns.
The DOJ says Strike Force will be one part of its larger effort to address violent crime. And the rest of the strategy along with those strike forces would be community violence intervention from the Department of Justice and also harsher sentences and harsher punishments for what the government calls rogue gun dealers. Marnie?